remember, don't go empty-handed. Go with a lesson. So what lesson can you take with you today? The lesson is clearly stated in the Quran in Surah Al-Imran, which is the 3rd surah in the Quran, in verse number 185. Allah says, Kullu nafsin zaikatul. Each and every one of us will die. What is not certain is the time of death. And that is why when you come to the cemetery, you should only have one thought in your mind. Regrettably, when we come to the cemetery, we start talking about worldly affairs. The only thing you should remember when you come to the cemetery, ask yourself only one question. If Allah takes us away now, are we ready to meet Him in the grave? Ask yourself that question. This is the only thing we should be focused on our minds. Just as our brother, did he know that he was going to be taken away by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on an aircraft? He didn't know. But Allah says, I can take him away anywhere I want to do so. This is why we should always be prepared for our final destination, because we do not know when death will come to us. There are so many young people over here. You must be thinking that I'm going to die, maybe I'm 70, 80. Do not be under that false sense of security. We have buried so many people from the ages of 20 to 40 in the last 6 months that we have not even done so many in the last 20 years. It is Allah's will, and Allah is giving us a wake-up call. That don't think because you are young, I won't come and your soul will not be taken away from you. He's reminding us, so please be mindful that our life in this world is temporary. We should be preparing for our life, for the hereafter. Today is the first day for our brother, for the life of eternity. This is why our preparation must always be for that life hereafter. How do we lead our life for this short period of time? That's why Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was sent in this world to teach us how we should live our life so that we could become successful when we actually go into the grave. This is a lesson for each and every one of us. We've just been told by Brother Ilyas that our brother, in the last 2 to 3 years, he devoted his energy in trying to propagate Islam, trying to give good charity work. This is a good sign of a person. You will not remember his previous thing, but you will remember in the last 2 to 3 years that he did so much charity work. Can you imagine? This is the legacy. So when people talk about him, we're talking about in a good light. All the good things he did, this is something which will be of benefit to him when he's in the grave today. This is something we should all be aspiring to. Remember when he passed away in the plane? Did he suffer? He went quickly. Why? Because Allah liked it. I've chosen him. I don't want to give him any problems. I just want to take him away slightly. He was a religious person. He wanted to make sure that he got buried where he passed away. Alhamdulillah. This is the sunnah of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. He was scared that I don't want to be operated upon and find out what's wrong with me. Allah made avenue that he had a scan. And one day that also took place. If Allah loves somebody, He will open doors which we did not even think existed. This is the power of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's only that we should have faith in Him. If we have faith in Him, inshallah we'll not have any problems with Him. Remember today, for the 2 sons, the 4 daughters and the wife, it's a difficult thing. Losing a father is never easy. You know, sometimes we always say, a mother is very special. And we tend to ignore the father. Remember, it is the father who sacrificed everything. It's the father who made sure that the family was kept together. It's the father who provided for the family to be sustainable. Do not forget the power and the love of a father. A father is a person who will sacrifice everything and protect his family and protect his children. That's the status of a father. Never ever underestimate him. In fact, even on the day of judgment, when you are called by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the name is being called, it will not be your name is Maryam or your name is Abu Bakr. You will say the son of so and so and so. Can you imagine the status of the father? Do not forget that. For us who are still alive, we've still got parents. Serve them while they're still alive. Let not a day come when you start to regret. I just wish my father or my mother was alive. I would have been able to do something. It's too late. Do it while they're still alive. For parents, please make sure you guide your children, because you want to make them your asset, not your liability. The hadith of the Prophet ﷺ is to do 3 things, and I'm sure our brother did disclose these 3 things. Make sure you give as much charity whilst you're still alive, because that reward will not enter the day of Jannah. He did that. I'm sure of it. Impart some knowledge which he was doing so that somebody can benefit from it as well. And lastly, the most important thing where the emphasis has been laid is leave behind pious children who will make dua for you when you leave this world. And I'm sure the children have been rightly guided to make dua for the father. This is the way we should try and